So in this video we are going to learn about the Newton's second law of motion. It's already written here. So according to Newton's, the rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the applied unbalanced force. Then the change in momentum is in the direction of this force. So this is the Newton's second law. So now we'll go for the mathematical explanation. So before that, I want to tell you one thing, like how this thing, what is the meaning of this particular thing. So now again we take this one object here. This is one object. Now this object is at rest. Okay, that means the momentum of this object is 0. Now that means what? That is the balanced force is working on it. Okay, so the weight is working downward direction as everything is balanced. Now that is why it is in rest condition. Now if I apply a force from this side, then see the object will start to move in this direction. Okay, or you can see if I apply something in this side, the object will start to move in this direction. That means when the object is moving in this direction, so what was the initial momentum? The initial momentum was 0. When the object starts moving in this direction, the momentum will change. So the initial momentum 0 and the final momentum means when the object is having the velocity in this direction. Okay, so see the momentum, the change in momentum is occurring in the same directions where we applied the something. That something is known as the force. Okay, so that is the meaning of this law. So I read one more time. The rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the applied unbalanced force. The change in momentum is in the direction of the applied force. Okay, so momentum will be changed in the direction of the applied force. Now, what is the mathematical formula of this type of thing? So, suppose if m mass is there, if there is m mass, so mathematical formulations, mathematical. So now if take a m mass is there, m is equal to mass of an object, and which the initial velocity of the object is u. So write u is equal to initial velocity and v is equal to final velocity. So what is the initial momentum? So the final velocity, the object was moving in u velocity, so it is having some momentum. Now already you know the force can change the speed of the object. Okay, so already some force is applied, then the velocity of the object will change. Okay, so it will take some time to change from u to v. So that time is known as the t. So you can write t is the time taken. T is equal to time taken. So what time taken? Time taken to change this velocity. Now what is the initial momentum? Initial momentum is, so I want to draw one more time. So this object was here, the object was moving with u velocity and this mass of the object is m. Okay, now if I apply a force in this direction, so what will happen? The velocity of the object will change after some time. Now the velocity will become what? Velocity will become v in this direction and mass is remains same. Okay, so what is here is the momentum here. Momentum is equal to mu. We can say this initial momentum. Initial momentum is mu. Final momentum is equal to mv. So now the t time has taken to do this change. So what is the formula says? the force is directly proportional to the change in momentum. Now one thing I already written here, the time, that's called the time rate of change of momentum. Actually, so write down this one, time rate of change of momentum. Time rate of change of momentum. Okay. But when you write the definition, you have to write this one because it was said by Sir Isaac Newton, because it is in a quotation, so you cannot change anything here. So there is the time rate of change of momentum. Okay. So what is the thing means if what is the change in momentum? So here is the change in momentum. Find out change in momentum is equal to mv minus mu. Now what is the rate of change of momentum? The time rate of change of momentum. So write force is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum. Change of momentum. So what is that? F is equal to the force is directly proportional to final momentum minus initial momentum by time. So final momentum minus bracket here minus initial momentum by time. Now force you can represent it with F directly proportional to what is the final momentum mv, what is the initial momentum mu, then by t. Now this is the actual formulations of the law, what they want to say, so you have to change into a mathematical formula. Now already if I take common from here, so or F is directly proportional, if I take common m common, then we'll take minus v minus u by t. So already you know v minus u by t is nothing but acceleration. So write a acceleration is equal to v minus u by t. Okay, so you can write F is directly proportional to m into a. Okay, now remember one thing, if there is something is proportional like this, so proportional means what? If something is increasing, that there are two types, so directly proportional and inversely proportional. So meaning is that if someone is taking food every day, lot much of food is and it is becoming fat, so food and the fatness of the body is directly proportional. Okay, so now something is constant. So what is the constant? And every day he is taking like 1 kg of biryani that fellow is eating. So 1 kg will become the constant. So at the time of proportional, the something will become constant, so it will become equal. That is why you have to multiply a constant to make it as equal. So or you can write F is equal to Km into A. Okay, so this A is called the constant of proportionality. So write down a k is called k is called constant of proportionality. Okay, so normally the formula has been chosen in such a way that the value of the k is equal to 1. So normally the k is equal to 1. So as k is equal to 1, so F is equal to m into a. So this is the formula for the second law. Already you know the formula, F is equal to m into a, mass into acceleration. So in this way the formula has been derived. So you can say that the applied force on a body can be given by the product of the mass of the object and the acceleration produced in it. Okay, so this law is also called the quantitative law of motion. So now this law gives the relations of for the force in terms of acceleration when the acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. So now I'll write down here. So what you can say that the applied force on a body can be given by the product of the applied force on a body can be calculated, you can say, or can be given by the product of mass of the object and acceleration produced by it. There is a law. So the SI unit, you have to know what is the SI unit of force. So remember, SI unit of force is, if you want to write the entire name, so you have to write in small letter. Suppose Newton, NEW, then you have to write in a small letter. But if you write in short form, then you have to put one capital N here. Suppose 5 Newton, example 5 Newton. So if you write the whole name, then you write NEWTON. Or the same thing you want to represent with a short form, then you have to write 5 Newton, because this unit is giving respect to the scientists who invented this law. Now, what is the meaning of 1 Newton? The definition of 1 Newton. Definition of Newton, you can say from Newton. So what is the meaning of this Newton? So 1 Newton is the force. Write down 1 Newton. 1 Newton is that force which, when acting on a mass of 1 kg, produces in it an acceleration of 1 meter per second square in the direction of force. So suppose again this is the object here. What is the meaning of force? Suppose this object's mass should be 1 kg. Now what will happen? It will apply when we call the force is 1 Newton, when we apply the force and the acceleration will be 1 meter per second square in this object if the object mass is 1 kg. Okay, so if the object mass is 1 kg, we will apply the force and accelerations reaches 1 meter per second square, then we can say the force applied in this object is 1 Newton. Okay, so also you can write in mathematical form. So 1 Newton of force is equal to K into 1 kg into 1 meter per second square. Now also you can understand from here that why the value of the K is 1, because the force is taken, already known as the formula, F is equal to K into M into A. So now if I take F is equal to 1, if I take M is equal to 1 kg and then A is equal to 1 meter per second square, so normally this K value will come to 1. Okay, so this is all about Newton's So I'll Newton's second law of motion. I'll do also one numerical. So calculate the force needed to produce an acceleration of 5 meter per second square on a wooden cube of mass 5 kg. So very simple problem. So take a wooden block. Say this is a wooden block I've kept here, though it's made of plastic, but take is a wooden block. And what is the mass? The mass is 5 kg. So I'll leave it and draw it. So wooden block is here. Wooden block. So mass is given here 5 kg, no? 5 kg. 5 kg. Now force is applied, acceleration will reach 5 meter per second square. So force is applied, and after some time the acceleration reached A is equal to 5 meter per second square. Simply you'll use the law. So F is equal to m into A. Put the value 5 kg into 5 meter per second square. So we'll get 25 kg meter per second square. Also I want to, so this is also called 25 Newton. Also I want to say one thing that I forgot to tell, that 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg meter per second square. This entire thing also known as what? Also known as 1 Newton. Okay, 1 kg meter per second square. So thank you very much.